What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we are fresh to death because today is the Day of Love, Sunday.
which is Valentine's Day for Americans. Is Valentine's Day just worldwide? It is probably, right?
Is it? I don't know, because it's like a religious thing, because like San Valentin.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just Christians or whoever abides by that Hallmark holiday.
Right.
Have we said it?
For the greater...
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first.
And I think we did miss it last week, right? At least there was one where we didn't say for the greater WAAAGH.
Right, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we apologize for that. But this question comes from Simon Teese. If one of the Sisters of Battle became pregnant, would they be on the frontline duties? Same with a female member of the Astra Militarum. Obviously not.
They ain't getting pregnant.
No.
They got vows of celibacy. Because if they're celibate, then I'm about to buy a bit. You know what I mean? Cookies and cream.
Yeah. It's the season of love, I guess.
Yeah, season of giving, and I'm getting got.
When it comes to Sisters of Battle, I think the Sisters of Battle organization is way more structured than the Imperial Guard.
Definitely.
So, for sure, if a Sisters of Battle got pregnant, first of all, she shouldn't, because they take a vow of celibacy. And for all those people, because I've heard the what is it called? Like, just people saying, like, no, that's not true. But, like, if you pull up the Sisters of Battle Codex, it does say that. They're supposed to remain celibate.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's, like, other factions within the Sisters of Battle that can get pregnant, then for sure. But, like, a straight up, bolter-wielding Sister of Battle, if she got pregnant, she's not supposed to.
Right. It's the whole thing of, like, you're only supposed to think about the Emperor and your duty to him. If you have a child, obviously your mind's gonna not think about the Emperor 24/7 since you got a kid to take care of.
Yeah, especially if there's some, like, super, like, hunky, is that the right word? Like, hulky space marine. What is that? Like, what? How do you describe a big muscular dude?
Built,
No,
jacked,
I thought something was with an H. Honk? No,
hulky,
not hulky. I don't know.
hulking, like
Hulking,
Hulk.
maybe. Yeah. But, like, don't women say stuff about men being attractive by saying, like,
He's a hunk.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Then obviously she's gonna get pregnant by that space marine. Check out our 40 facts on space marines having penises. I can't remember what.
P is stored in the balls.
Yeah, that one. But yeah,
castration, isn't it?
It might be castration. Yeah. But the point is that yes, it can happen. Not with a space marine. We're going off on a tangent now, but if they do get pregnant for whatever reason, I think that they would just be pulled out of the front lines.
Right. The only way I could see that happening would be like against their will and like with the whole demon Kulaba type thing.
Oh, that would be terrible. And then in that situation, you're already behind enemy lines.
Yeah. Or you become corrupted by Slanesh and then, yeah.
Yeah, you've already been assaulted in the taint.
Mm-hmm. Because you're tainted by Slanesh.
Behind the enemy lines, get it? But yeah, and then for the Imperial Guard, honestly, if the Imperial Guard regiment is in a world where they are devastated by war, and for some reasons they get pregnant, the Adeptus Administratum has no choice but to be like, well, you got to keep fighting. Like, we don't have any resources. We can't send you back, type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And it's like, at that point, I don't know if they'd feel despair or if they'd fight harder to, like, protect their child.
Right. That would be a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
Very humanizing story.
Yes, indeed.
But I think, like, in current day, like, military, if you get pregnant in the military, you get discharged, right?
Either that or you're still, like, maybe they'll just put you, like, on a desk job or something.
Yeah. I had a couple of cousins that happened to. I've never really asked what happened. Next question.
This one's by Tahanu Reaver. How patriarchal is the empire of man? Because most militarized societies really emphasize fertility because they need new soldiers and workers. So, is birth control / abortion outlawed or limited in the Imperium? So yeah, you have a point. The imperial workhorse of humanity you need to churn out people, babies, kids, in order to keep it going. Look at all the hundreds of thousands upon millions and billions of Imperial Guardsmen that are needed. And that's just the basics. You still need people to run the Agri worlds, the Forge worlds. You need a lot of people to keep the Imperium going. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing, because obviously you need to churn out kids. So like abortion and birth control and that may not be relevant on certain worlds, but on other worlds they might definitely limit that. So I think it depends on the planet.
Yep. So like in terms of an imperial administratum dictate, like, or order, or like whatever,
I like
law,
dictate.
There is none. But when you do get down to like Death Corps Krieg, like Krieg, I'm pretty sure they are pumping out lab babies at that point. So women are specifically for birthing or taking their eggs out or whatever it is.
Right, be it like in vitro or test tubes.
Yeah, and then like when you go down to like a fortress world, or are they called fortress worlds? Fortification worlds? No. Citadel worlds? I forget what they're called, but basically Cadia. When you have something like Cadia, then yes, women would be required. Fortress world, there you go. Then yes, then women would be required to give a certain amount of children.
Right. And then you have the certain like special cases, for example, like the Death Corps of Krieg, where there's not enough people. So you have to clone in order to make up that manpower that they lose during wars and stuff.
Yep. So just think of China. Or North Korea.
Yeah. The Imperium is, it varies greatly.
Right.
Yeah. Because, like, when you think about, like, us, like the world, it's like thinking about, like, each individual world kind of like a continent, and there's different laws and regulations.
Yep.
But then multiply that by, like, 1,000, because now you're spanning a whole galaxy.
Yep, a continent is just basically a planet in the Imperium. And it's all humanity, because last I checked, there are no aliens within our human empire in current day.
Really? Not even those lizards?
No.
Running the books of faces and stuff?
If anything, it's just Bridget. She's a demonette. This question comes from Trippy Scarecrow. Could an Adeptus Sororitis be turned to chaos? I think that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yes. On all spectrums. So from Khorne, where like a Sister of Battle is trying to like perfect her skills to become a better murderer, or all the way down to like Tzeentch, and like she's just trying to understand and like get a better grasp of what's really going on.
That's true, yeah. There's been pretty awesome like fan art of like corrupted sisters. A lot of NSFW art. Yeah, not safe for work, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about S.
NM?
No, BDM? BDM? What is it?
It's Valentine's. It's doing things to your boys.
Yep. This next question comes from... Do you have one?
We did this one already.
I got one from James Carden. He says, for Gershwan, will you kit bash all your extra head bits with the haircut you hate into some kind of spiky stampa and make a video on it? So I think, last week I said that for Space Wolves, I really hate the Space Wolf head of like the guy who's like half shaven and then the other half is like just sticking up. I don't know. I hate it so much I don't want to touch it. Like I don't want to even put it on my bases. If anything, I would take the head of like, or the skulls, because like the skull kit for GW is awesome, and then just put that down. Then he has a question for the Sound Alchemist.
Who, me?
When can we expect a battle report on the Celestial Sons?
It's been a hot minute since I played them. The last time I played them was back in 7th edition.
Damn.
And there is a playlist on battle reports that are really old and probably really cringy to watch. But they're there.
That's basically our channel. Old and cringy. Yeah.
Oh, this one's... Okay, so this is a response to the question we had about how do you like your Italian beef, dry or wet? And this guy said, I like my bread to be toasted. Wet bread is for bread and butter pudding. A dessert, basically.
I've never had bread and butter pudding.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that either. But that sounds mushy, which that ain't me. And I didn't know you could toast Italian beef bread. That's interesting.
Yep. The craziest thing is when you have a piece of old bread that you burnt and then you put it in the microwave and it gets soggy. So like it looks like it's gonna be really, really hard, but you bite into it and it's soft. It's trippy.
It is. I heard that if you take old stale bread and you like put it in water, but like for like 20 seconds, that it makes it normal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't believe that.
This question comes from Brian B. Hard or soft shell tacos? Always go with the soft shell.
Yeah, hands down.
Unless you're a Taco Bell, then the hard shell.
But why are you at Taco Bell?
Yeah, right. You're going to get diarrhea. Stop. Next question.
This one is by the big one. Since I'm poor and black, what's the best way for me to get out of the ghetto and play Warhammer?
Cryptocurrency. Invest. Dogecoin is the way to go.
Isn't it going down?
Well, that's when you want to invest. So if Dogecoin gets to like, I'm pretty sure it's going to get to like 5 cents. If it goes below cents, you better put your money in that because it's just going to shoot back up.
Right. And I think it's going to be the same thing. It's just a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's one of those currencies. It's not going to go anywhere. Like next month or even next week, we're going to have another tweet by some celebrity and be like, "You guys remember Dogecoin?" And then everybody's going to go in there and then you make money.
What about Bitcoin? Because didn't Elon say he's going to start like accepting it for like payments and stuff?
The struggle with Bitcoin is like, let's say you have $100, right?
Right.
And you invest in Bitcoin, which is worth like, probably by the time you guys are watching this, $50,000. And then it jumps up to like $70,000. That percentage that you earned out of that $100 is probably going to be like $5-10. So like it's really expensive. That doesn't mean you shouldn't buy it, especially if you have the money to spend on it. But yeah.
Yeah. So, Dogecoin, wait about a week or so, cash out, use that to buy Warhammer.
Exactly.
Now you just got to be a little hesitant, or not hesitant, but like a little, look out for fees.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
Because that's one way you get got.
Yep. But if you want a quicker way, you could always just rob a bank.
And then you could play with people in jail.
Yeah.
But
Playing with people in jail.
Yeah. I wonder if they're like actual like. No, I don't think there's any Warhammer.
There's D&D.
Yeah.
I know I've seen like D&D clubs in jail.
But I feel like Warhammer, it's like you have to use too much. Well, no, because I was saying you have to use too much imagination because you don't have like everything.
And the
like
spiky bits.
Yeah. Like how are you going to pull up the
shanks.
rules?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, you get a good codex.
How are you going to get a codex in jail?
Yeah, they have libraries.
Dude, you see how thick? Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah.
So if we end up in jail, we're going to start the Warhammer Club in jail.
Colin in Texas. Not jail, but Texas. I heard you guys are getting like a huge snowstorm.
Which is bad for you guys.
Because you guys don't get snow.
No.
Yeah. His question is, what do you think is the best box set? Mine was for sure No Fear, but they yeeted that.
They did. You can still get it at like hobby stores.
And eBay.
Yep.
Currently, I'd say probably the, what's it called?
Indomitus box?
I was going to say the Indomitus, but I think the start collecting for the Skitari, I believe, was like the best value for the start collecting boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at those starter sets for, especially the new ones.
Yeah, because they got a whole bunch of like combat patrols that are coming out.
Yeah.
But I guess it also depends on what you're looking for. Like obviously, if you don't want to start a Skitari army, that's not going to be the best value.
Unless, just because we're on the topic of making money, let's say you buy a Skitari starter set, you sell it on eBay. That profit you use to buy the miniatures that you actually do want. Would that be beneficial? Quien sabe?
Mm-hmm.
We're just two guys on the internet who's talking nonsense.
That's true.
So,
isn't that everybody
on
the internet?
It is, yeah. But then if you scale it up and then you buy like a ton of Skitari starter sets and then you take that profit and invest it back into Ethereum, boy.
theorems, man.
Yeah, theorems. Next question.
On the same topic, Elliot Figueroa says, Gretchen are by far the cheapest troop choice. About $20 for 10 grots, a runt herder, and a squig hound.
$20. They used to be $10 back in my day. And the model hasn't changed, by the way.
Yeah,
it's still the same sculpt. Gretchen are really good. They do really good screens.
Mm-hmm. It's like you wouldn't think much of Gretchen, but they could take down
Arnold.
Mm-hmm. With a beanie.
Wait, was it Arnold? No, Helga was with Arnold. Like in Hey Arnold?
Oh, yeah.
Who was Gretchen? There's a Gretchen or a cartoon character.
Wasn't Gretchen the redhead who Arnold had a crush on? But she liked him. She just didn't like him.
No, Gretchen doesn't sound like a name that would be like beautiful. It doesn't. That's why it's a pointy-eared goblin thing.
Oh, yeah. Gretchen.
Next question comes from Damned Legion. Could a black shield be old enough to have been in the Horus Heresy? Not like just consecutive, because it's 10,000 years. It's too much. But you could say that they got stuck in the warp, came out, and boom. Now you have them in the 42nd millennium.
Yep.
Throwing hands.
Tirando puñetazos.
Next question.
Oh, no, that wasn't her name. Because I typed in Gretchen Hey Arnold, and she didn't come up.
Oh, that's from Recess.
Yeah.
She's a smart one. Yeah, I see it. Would you hit that, though? This question comes from Jamie Garth. Oh, they're children. Fuck.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're like in 5th grade, bro.
This question comes from Jamie Garth. How many explorator fleets set out during the Great Crusade? I'm not really sure, because I know the expeditionary fleets went up really, really high, but I don't know if it was a sequential order, because I don't remember the expeditionary fleet number 1, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not too sure. That's a question that probably doesn't even have an answer. Next question.
Simon Teese, if the Inquisition found proof of a large-scale heresy within the High Lords of Terra, what would happen? See, I don't think they would act on it right away, because if it's really like deep and ingrained with like how the Imperium functions, and you take down the head, I just think that somebody else is just going to take that power. Somebody else that's already corrupted. Mm-hmm. So it would have to be like this person would have to get people that he's for sure 100% knows that aren't in line with the High Lords, and then do something about it. But I think that'll start a civil war, and yeah, I don't see anything good coming out of it. Yeah,
that's true. It's tricky, and even if you look at like why Lorgar's book is the Imperial Creed now, it's kind of the same situations where they probably realize that it is better to integrate with this cult and then maybe twist it from the inside, but in reality it just twists you. So that's the struggle with all organized crime, right?
That is with all organizations, period.
That's true. I'm going to jail.
TSL frontman, Terminators or Gravis?
On the tabletop? Ooh, that's tricky.
Yeah, because Gravis intercessors aren't out yet, but we've seen their stats and we've seen what they can do. For that reason, I'm going to go Gravis because they have range. Most Terminators just have bolters, or they could be kitted out for like really good close combat, storm shields, thunder hammers, lightning claws.
Transport, or what is it called?
Land Raider? Oh, drop pod?
Drop pod. Or not drop pod, but just...
Oh, they just teleport in.
Teleport,
yeah. Gravis, you do have to have some way of transporting them. They both have 3 wounds now. I think Gravis are toughness 5. I think Terminators are still 4.
Oh.
But the save is better on the Terminator if they have a storm shield.
What is it? A 2+, 2+?
2+, but the storm shield, unless they've changed it, makes it a 1+.
No, it's not a 1+. It can't be a 1+.
Well, technically it could be, because if you have a... because you always fail on a 1. But if you have an AP weapon, that'll make that 1+ into a 2+, 3+.
Oh, okay, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless they've changed that, because I know that was a weird wishy-washy rule back in the day.
Yeah.
So
you would take the Gravis?
I would take Gravis.
Yeah. I haven't played Space Marines in a long ass time. So I was just going to say Gravis too, yeah. Last question. This one comes from Dan D16. Do blanks dislike other blanks like regular humans do? Yes.
Yeah, I mean...
It's like two smelly people encountering each other. It's a different smell.
Yeah. It's like, damn, this dude smells. And then the other guy's probably thinking the same thing.
Yep. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
As always, this has been The Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.